Greetings, dear ones. We are the Pleiadian High Council here. It is always our pleasure and honor to be with you in this way. Take a nice deep breath, dear ones. Get really centered into your hearts at this time. We congratulate all of you for such a job well done in this year 2023. From our perspective, we see the huge leaps and bounds that you have all made in your own spiritual progress and growth. Much more than many of you would be aware of, much more than many of you can fathom. And during this cycle, as it is the wrap up of the Scorpio season, you are seeing a finality, a completion, and a huge chunk of energy being released, huge chunks of karmic releasing, remnants that are ready to be completely gone from your fields, what you're ready to let go of now. And this is only the beginning. So we would say you are wrapping up the old cycle to prepare for the new, and yet your releasing process is going to change. It's going to look different in the days, weeks, and months to come. Even as you begin 2024, as the releasing continues, it's going to feel different to all of you. And so when you think about releasing, when you think about healing, many of you have associations in your minds about what that means, what that looks like. Many of you have ideas that it has to be hard or challenging, or there's steps or a process. And that can be true, especially for many of you in your past and how you've worked through issues, patterns, or problems. From our perspective, though, it is time for all of you now to recognize that you're ready to let go of the old way of healing or processing. That it doesn't have to be that step-by-step process. It doesn't have to be a heavy lifting or a difficult endeavor. It can be light. It can be easy. It can be simply witnessing what is coming up and out, simply noticing it as an observer. And this is a time to observe all that is happening on the inside, what you're feeling, what you may be aware of in your own internal reality, and also on the external, in your world, in your communities, in your direct external view, your workplaces, your friendships and families, to observe and witness there as well. And as you observe and feel, being fully embodied and present in that moment, the energy begins to shift. The energies release, break apart, lift out with ease. If you can view it without judgment, letting whatever emotions may be present, of course, you're still going to have emotions, and those are meant to be felt, observed, not judged. When you can do this, the process, as you would call it, can be instantaneous. It can be spontaneous, easy, light, and freeing. And many of you are going to feel that these new times and new ways of processing or integrating, as we would say, is going to feel light and free. It's going to feel like a good experience. Kind of like when any of you have ever done a detox or a clearing, or even purged your home, gotten rid of things that you no longer need. You know what those processes are like, and you know how they feel, and they often make you feel lighter, more ease, bring more ease, more lightness, and allow for new things to come into your life. And that is what we would say about where you're headed next in 2024, is the allowance of these new beginnings, new realities to drop in, to suddenly shift from the old to the new, like ending a book, not even just a chapter, but the whole book itself, and a new one starts simultaneously as the old one is ending. So for many of you, the endings will happen at the end of this year, and you will start to really feel your new beginnings coming in January, February of 2024, while others of you will be wrapping up the cycle even in the beginning of 2024 and may not notice the changes until the spring. And whatever it is that you're feeling or noticing is perfectly appropriate for your journey. Accept it, embrace it. The more you can see everything as an actually a good thing, no matter how it may appear to you, no matter how it may feel to you, the quicker you can move through it. And the more you can manifest that which you desire, those good feelings that you're after, the frequencies that you want to play in, and to the new creations that you've been working towards setting in motion. This is a highly dynamic time where many new creations can come in before the end of the year. Some of you will start to see the seeds of your new creations dropping in, and getting the new ideas and the inspiration behind them to take action. And if you do, this is appropriate for you to begin, even in this month of December, coming right up. You may already begin taking steps, taking action, and moving forward into those new realities. And that is where it can get a little fuzzy and possibly even a little confusing for all of you, because you may not know exactly where you're at. There'll be experiences that you will have that may still feel like an old energy that's completing. There may be some lessons that still need to be learned. And at the same time, you'll be starting something brand new. And this is where it's good to have beginner's mind. You all know that term, right? Beginner's mind, to really see through with eyes, with innocent eyes, we would say, purity, and kind of a lightheartedness, like you're a new child just walking on his or her own legs for the first time. Look through the lens of joy and wonder and curiosity about what's coming and what you're creating. And remember that you're really creating from more of a frequency level. It's really about the frequency more than it is about the actual forms that begin to show up. Although for many of you, you will start to see the forms of what you've been working towards, even for the past 3 to 5 years. So this is a time when you can get to see tremendous progress in those areas, and we wish you well in that way.